Hey there, gang. Now, sometimes in life, people wrong us, and we might want to get back at them. But remember, to seek greatness is the only righteous vengeance. Let's play some head games. Friends, opponents, witches, both wicked and otherwise, welcome to Head Games Arena. My name is Jeterex, and today we're going to talk about vengeance, and by that, of course, I mean Orzhov Aristocrats. For those who are not in the know, Aristocrats refers to a type of deck where you get a bunch of creatures on board and you try to kill your opponents with dice triggers, with you having your creatures leave the battlefield. That is made possible by a Foundations card called Vengeful Bloodwitch, which does a very good impression of Blood Artist. 1 and a black for a 1/1. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. The idea is to get a couple of copies of this card into play, have a bunch of cheap creatures, allow those creatures to die, get as many triggers as we can, and then raise the past. Return all creatures of mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. You will notice in the bottom end of this deck that there is a very large amount of creatures that meet that qualification. In fact, the only creature in the deck that does cost more than 2 is Enduring Innocence, and this is there to keep us in the game, to give us card advantage, because every other creature in the deck triggers Enduring Innocence, including other copies of it. So when we have multiples of these going, we're drawing more cards every time we cast another creature. Bartolome del Presidio serves as our sacrifice outlet. It is also a 2 mana value card, so Raise the Past gets this back as well. LSL Core as a supporting role to the Vengeful Bloodwitch, and then we've got Helpful Hunter, which just draws our cards. A very simple removal suite of 3 Eaten Alive and 2 Get Lost. Rounding out the deck, we've got a couple of cheap creatures that, bring other things into play when they die. So the game plan of the deck: get a lot of cheap creatures, kill our opponent with dice triggers, and that's all there is to it. Before we look at the gameplay, I want to remind everybody to please like, subscribe, share our channel with your friends. We appreciate all of your time and effort. So without further stalling for time, let's play some head games. So are you afraid of hunting, or do you hunt fear? There's a lot of fear-based enchantment creatures. Alright, this is a keepable hand. Hunter on 2 draws me cards, Endurance draws me cards in the future. We'll lead with a Fabled Passage, activate it on their turn and get a swamp out of it. I'm not really trying to give away information here. Swift Spear's fine. So our deck has incidental life gain, so I actually feel... I'm on the play against mono red, so I feel far less bad. Double Get Lost. Okay. We just take the 3 here. This is tough. Because on one hand, we can play the Enduring Innocence and possibly get some life gain out of it. On the other hand, I think our life total is high enough that we can do this right now. No attacks. We'll hold these 2 up on defense, see what they play. Okay. Both of their challengers grow. We're going to block one of the challengers. Okay, 13. Excellent. That was a terrific draw. So we're going to play the Fabled Passage and get another swamp. Maybe we get another Plains. We got a Plains in hand. This is tricky. Like, there is more white in the deck than there is black, but I do have another Plains in my hand. I'm going to get a swamp. I'm going to play this now to make sure that I get the double draw from it. And then I'm going to attack. Gain 2 life back. Okay. Much better. Slick Shot is a problem. Did they just have the all creature hand? Okay. Okay, get lost the slick shot. Take 5. I don't fully understand what our opponent's doing here. That's solid. That really is. Okay, untap land for sure. Helpful Hunter again. Okay. I think it makes more sense for us to attack there. So they've got Slick Shot off the top, 2 cards left in hand. So I can play Gorehound here. Do I just play the Bloodwitch? Or do I hold up Get Lost again? I'm going to hold up Get Lost again. Yep. Unclear what's going on there. Okay. Yep. Okay. We will definitely chump block twice and take out the 5/5. Interesting. Okay. If I play Enduring Innocence. I mean, there's a very real world in which they kill me. Let's see what I draw. Okay. Double Infestation Sage is very interesting. I'll take that. Concealed Courtyard as land for turn, gain my 2 life. Let's see what they do. No card, so they get to use the map on the Ember Heart, which is great for them. Draws them another land. They could keep going. Here comes Slick Shot. That does not make sense to me. Really, Slick Shot is the only thing that can profitably attack here. This is a bad attack. I don't like to judge my opponent's plays, but this is a bad attack. I'm tempted to throw the Sage in front of it as well, just so I have a flying blocker. I know this seems strange, but it also draws me 2 cards. LS is good. We're gonna take that. Okay, we may have pulled it out. Okay, LS Ilkor. We'll hold that. I don't have any sack outlets, though. That may not have been the right play. Wait, do I have enough to cast? Oh, this is bananas. Here we go. Tap land. Raise the past. How do we feel about all those triggers? And really, this is the part where we dump every single card that isn't a Raise the Past. Except maybe when it's an Eaten Alive. Draw that. Draw that. Draw that. Get in for 2 lifelink. Back to a very respectable life total. And friends, our game has completely changed. Let's throw the Sage. I don't think there's a universe where our opponent comes back from that. Good game. RJ. How are you, Ronald James? I'm sorry. I told on you. Okay, on the draw against Ron. Old Ronnie. Gorehound into Hunter is fine. It's actually pretty solid. I get to look at a lot of cards, which is really, that's the path to victory here. Green-blue probably means the Up the Beanstalk deck. We're not really well suited against them, but they are not going to interact with our game plan as much as they would like. I guess they have counter magic. No Beanstalk on 2. That feels good. How do you feel about Helpful Hunter? Ooh, it's a poison deck. It's like my nemesis. I think we dump a land. We don't really need a land at this point. Courtyard's nice. That means we have perfect mana. Although, I'm not certain that we need it. Let's see what we draw. Just drawing for turn. Okay. So we... Yes, unclear what the line here is. It's definitely attack for 2. And then I believe it's probably Bartolome. Yeah, let's just get the sack outlet down. We'll dump anything that's not erase the past at this point. We'll get our creature land down. Alright. Going into turn 4, we only have 1 poison. This is probably a proliferate deck, if I'm guessing. The fact that we haven't seen black mana yet really tells me that. Oh no. Oh, that feels very bad. That feels wicked bad. Okay, let's get this Fabled Passage out of the way. We're gonna get a white. And then I think we play Vengeful Bloodwitch. I mean, our opponent's playing with counter magic in that deck. Maybe. It's been quite some time since I have seen that kind of deck. So they're almost certainly playing with, like, protection. So I really think that this is probably useless. We're gonna sacrifice the Helpful Hunter here and see if we can draw out a counterspell. Gonna grab Erase the Past. See what happens. Prologue to Phyresis. This is a very interesting version of this deck. Our opponent surveils. Bloated Contaminator. Okay, they are holding a protection spell. Very unlikely. I'll take 2. That 2 is not meaningful to me. Okay. So what do I get from Raise the Past? I get a Helpful Hunter, Gorehound, Bloodwitch. So 3 mana for 3 creatures. 2 scries, a draw. We're going for it. They've got something holding priority. I mean, it may be the bounce spell. But my guess is it's a protection spell. We are, as they say, going for it. Gorehound is pretty excellent. We will play that first. And then Raise the Past. What can you do, friend? Okay, dump it. Dump it. Dump it. I should probably stop saying dump it. That sounds terrible. Bin it. Trash it. Land at the end. They have to block. I actually don't have lethal, I don't think. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have lethal. I wish that I did. Wait, do I? Yeah, I do. Math. They have a bounce spell. Well, we're gonna find out. And for all of the marbles, no into the Flood Maw. Alright, Cruel Claw. That's a great avatar. Okay, we are on the draw. We have sketchy mana, but we may draw lands. Let's assume both of these Fabled Passages end up as plains. I think we can keep this. This is a Hopeless Nightmare. Maybe what do we send? It's probably the Freebooter. Okay, let's get a Fabled Passage out of the way. Okay. Bat takes Helpful Hunter. Yep. Being on the play against that draw feels real bad. Bloodwitch is a castable card. I will say that much about it. Removal. Phyrexian Arena. Good for you. Gets in for a life. Okay. Plains and the card you know about. We will also get in for one. Now you're drawing 2 cards a turn, and we are in trouble. Skull Dweller, because it has Death Touch. Go for the throat on the Bloodwitch. Okay. Gets in for 1. Okay. Fabled Passage gets us our second swamp. We're not actually on the ropes just yet. Okay, so we can raise the past, get Freebooter and Vengeful Bloodwitch, and a card draw. Or we can play LS Ilkor. I mean, actually, having... It's not all that... It's not that crazy. I think I'm going to go for it. Let's do it. This draws me a card. And we are actually going to attack. Game 2. Our opponent's drawing 2 cards a turn, so until we can deal with that Phyrexian Arena. Ooh. That's a good card. Okay, so now I need to Diabolic Intent for removal. Okay, Fabled Passage. We're going to get a 3rd black so we can cast all 3 spells in our hands. Okay, what are we getting? Are we getting an Eaten Alive? We need to deal with that Bloodthirsty Conqueror. I really want to deal with the Phyrexian Arena too, but it's the Conqueror that's going to really continue to cause problems for us. So, actually can I do all the things? Just not in the right order? Okay. Diabolic Intent. Sacrificing Greedy Freebooter. Doesn't matter what I scry. It's getting shuffled away anyway. We're gonna get Eaten alive. And then we're gonna cast Ella Silk. Oh, I did that backwards. Should have been the Gorehound first. I think I'm sacrificing Enduring in a sense. Okay, here we go. And that's it for this turn. 2 draws for our opponent. Phyrexian Arena showing its quality. Backup Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Very bad for us. Okay, Bart on the table. That's excellent, actually. We'll play our land for turn, get Infestation Stage down. No attacks. Our opponent draws 2 more cards. So if they have the other half of the combo, we just lose, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Fanatical Offering from our opponent. They are digging for the combo. Infestation Stage for our opponent. Deep Cavern Bat does nothing. Okay, this reads, whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Okay. Good play. Excellent play for our opponent. Well, they've got Infestation Sage in their deck, so it definitely makes sense that they would do what they're doing here. So this is a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. We're going to make the flying blocker. Gain some life, deal some damage. Scry. Draw a card. Excellent. Okay, then we can sacrifice this again. Two damage. Okay. I was just thinking to myself before I drew this card, I very much need to draw another card, or I need to draw another creature, or I'm probably out. Okay, let's see what we got. Freebooter is interesting because it does give me another scry. I think I'm going to leave that on top and draw it. Okay. Freebooter gives me another Surveil. Sacrificing a creature. Get rid of this Conqueror. Sacrifice the Freebooter. Scry that land to the bottom. Make a treasure token. Get rid of the big threat. Get in with the 4/3, and that's probably it. You are blocking. You make your 1/1, and we say go. Got Phyrexian Arena. Get out of town! Boucher sans visage. Mouth without a face? Okay. Gorehound into Bart. Diabolic Intent. Raise the Past. I mean, this is about as versatile a hand as this deck is capable of getting. So, as long as we don't get run over, we may be able to do something. I love that they just played a Plains and didn't do anything. Snarling Gorehound? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to be very conscious of them playing cards that might... Ooh, Amali is good. Amalia is good. What can they play that's going to trigger Amalia this turn? Because I really want to get Bart down. Like, I really think that that's the correct move here. Like, I can wait on the Get Lost. Can I wait on the Get Lost? Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Listen, Amalia is an incredibly powerful card. It does remarkably good things, so it may just make sense for us to take that off the field. Essence Channeler gains a life. Look at that. This is a good draw. Enduring Innocence triggers Surveil. We will dump the land. I try to make it my business to surveil almost everything to the graveyard that isn't Erase the Past. This is complicated. Okay, Bat. This, I'm very curious to see what they take here. I don't think the choice is easy. Okay, at your end step, if you gained life, each opponent loses 1 life. Beginning your end step, if you gained and lost life this turn, create a bat. I don't think they're triggering either of those things this turn. Okay. Makes an enormous amount of sense. Are we trading? We are not. Okay. So Bartolome draws me another card. Let's get the Fabled Passage down and out of the way, just because this clears up 1 decision tree. Okay, Bartolome surveils, then draws me a card. So it may give me something else to do this turn. So I think that's the answer. That's what I want, isn't it? Okay, so do I take out the bat now? I think I'm gonna. We're gonna sacrifice a creature. We're gonna get rid of your bat. And we're gonna sacrifice this Enduring Innocence. Okay. Our opponent hasn't got their whole game plan online yet, so I don't feel bad about where we're at. They are in colors that can very easily disrupt what we're doing, and we have exactly 0 creatures in the graveyard. Very cool. I forget about the Lunar Convocation and Essence Channeler combo. Gain your life. Now they get bats. And they get a 4/3 with Vigilance and Flying. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I mean it. I'm not. That sounded sarcastic. Ooh, Sheltered by Ghost is good. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Very good. Okay, so they have a Sheltered by Ghost on the top of their... I think I have to cast the Enduring Innocence and hope that I draw another... Okay. Can they kill me? Yeah, they can. If they successfully cast Sheltered by Ghosts, they're going to kill me. So, do I have any hope at all then? I think it's only a fool's hope. Yeah, I don't love this, but it is the only line that I have. So I'm going to Diabolic Intent for an Eaten Alive. And kill their Essence Channeler by sacrificing my whole board. That's it. Nice. Okay, they took damage. Did not gain life. Okay. Play land. Raise the past. Ooh, my whole 2 creatures. Yeah, I guess I'll draw that. Ugh. Amazing. It's very good for them. Honestly, I actually thought about that card for this deck. Untap land? Okay, not an untap land. Okay. Yep. You got it. Okay, so I have to block, right? I can stop them from gaining life. Yep. Okay. Helpful Hunter draws me 2 cards. Enduring Innocence and Vengeful Bloodwitch draws me. This draws me 1 card, then this draws me 1 card, so that draws me 2 cards. Enduring Innocence and Helpful Hunter draws me 3 cards. But I am very close to dying. So I actually need Vengeful Bloodwitch on the field. I think I'm done for. Okay, Helpful Hunter. Two tapped lands doesn't really do anything. Vengeful Bloodwitch. Go. Fairly certain I just lose here. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any tricks. I'm not just going to concede, but we have lost. Go ahead. I have no idea what they're waiting for. It's kind of bad manners to not just kill me. Like, you absolute... I guess I'm not entirely dead because I can sacrifice my creatures. I think I am dead, though. Yeah. No, don't talk about yourself like that, friend. My love. My precious. Yeah, it's fine. We will start with Caves and Infestation Stage. So we probably play Vengeful Bloodwitch first. Okay. I don't love what's now happening. This is essentially a Boggles deck. These ward creatures. I haven't seen this deck in a minute. Sheltered by Ghosts, anyone? Here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Maybe again? Just say go. Sure. You don't say. Sorry, we sacrifice that creature, and now we're going to double block and see if they have something big enough to stop them from dying. They might. Giant growth? No? Yep. They have a protection spell. It's almost a certainty. We're going to get another black and play Vengeful Bloodwitch. Yeah, they are 100% holding up a protection spell. We're just going to say go. Another Toadstool Admirer. Feather of Flight for our friend. Very large. Yep. We cannot block a flyer. It's a fair draw. Very good. Yep. Again. What else we got? Also good. I mean, feel very strongly that we are in a bad position here. They're doing an enormous amount of damage to us. I think I have to make them have it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a point in trying at this point. I hate to be defeatist, but I'm fairly certain that they've had a protection spell in their hand this whole game, so they've got me. I mean, they've got me, right? Go ahead. It's a terrible manners to say good game before the game's over. DSCC. On the draw. No, I don't think we can keep that. If these were... if they were both hounds, maybe. Because then one hound into the next gives me a surveil. But even then, that feels very sketchy. Nope. Okay, better. And actually, I think I can chip a land here, so that doesn't feel so bad. I'm still on the draw, though, so if they try to duress us on turn one, we're fine. We will Fabled Passage, and we're not gonna try to hide information here. I'm just not really in a position to do that. We're gonna get a Swamp. Bat. And its talent. Interesting. Okay, what's the easiest thing? Probably Infestation Sage, right? Yep. Okay. We will play a Plains and play Helpful Hunter. Get our hand size back up a little. Not bad. I don't dislike that at all. Now, we traditionally get pretty empty-handed in this deck, so would not be totally unreasonable for a discard deck to kind of beat the crap out of us a little bit. I mean, they kind of have to take the Eaten Alive here. Yeah. Okay, Fabled Passage. I think we play the Bloodwitch. And then there's no reason not to attack. The song in this map always makes me feel like I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. Cut down kills the Bloodwitch trigger. It looks like our opponent is having at least a little bit of land trouble, which is a small good thing for us. They get in for 1. Gain 1 life back. We're going to get our second white source so we can cast Enduring Innocence. Get in with Helpful Hunter, and then pray that they don't have an exile-based removal for the Enduring Innocence, because that Enduring Innocence is the only thing that's going to help us get through this. Don't do it. No Anoint with Affliction. I feel like they'd have ripped it by now. Are you just the most patient player in the world? Okay. I mean, not gaining the life is also meaningful. Do you have an instant speed exile effect? You don't. That's good news for us. So listen, that's a pretty... I honestly think that that's the move. Playing the second Enduring Innocence here puts us in a very good position against this deck. They've got another removal spell. They're really trying to stop us from gaining life. Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, getting all of the removal out of their hand, I'm 100% okay with. One of these days, I'm going to rip an untapped land, and this is going to be pretty amazing. No, sir. No non-creatures. How do you feel about my hand? Liliana does what exactly? Makes me discard a card? Easy.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I mean, I'm going to draw an enormous amount of cards next turn. So, Liliana does not scare me. Okay, so... Third Enduring Innocence? Yes. It's maximum use of my mana at this point, and if I draw an untapped land, which I did... We'll get a swamp. I think I'm going to play the greedy freebooter that they know about. Yeah, they're just... I mean, with 3 Enduring Innocences on board, we're in a really good position. Because their deck is entirely built around trying to stop us from... keeping our hand at a decent size. So what do I toss? It's probably Gorehound. That was a very surprising choice. Our opponent may have just decided to phone it in at this point. I'm going to take out Liliana. And then I'm going to play Bartolome del Presidio. Draw 3 cards. I'm going to continue playing cards out, because even though I understand that I'm not drawing cards from these, but I don't think it matters at this point. Is our opponent ready to call it a game? Unstoppable Slasher. Sure. Don't attack. It's incorrect. Okay. Okay. Vengeful Bloodwitch is exactly what I need. We will cast that. That's enough. Good game. Team Steve. I know a guy named Steve. To be clear, it's Sakura Tribe Elder. Freebooter on 1 is not bad. And then having Eaten Alive to deal with whatever they're doing. Unless they're a non-creature based deck, this is a fair start. And it looks, unfortunately, like they might be. White doesn't tell us a whole lot. There's a lot of, like, white X decks. Alright, double white. Good for them. So... yeah, second land, Vengeful Bloodwitch. Check them for... oh, they've got it. I hate that. Yeah, mono white decks have Elspeth Smite in them. There it is. Which is really good against our deck, so those incremental attack points become far less good. Now I don't have 2 black for Eaten Alive. I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to exile that and sacrifice the Bloodwitch, which may seem like a strange choice, but that card just draws them too many cards, and I have the way to deal with it. Felidar Retreat. Very interesting. Like, what is our opponent doing? Alright, we need our own card draw as soon as possible. Gorehound. Sage. Surveil into card draw. Honestly, I think we toss Bartolome. We need card draw and or Raise the Past. So, if they're playing with Felidar Retreat, if they're playing with double Felidar Retreat, oh man, okay. Infestation Sage. Scry down the freebooter. Infestation Sage. Scry down the... this is card draw, but it's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Land for turn. Make 2 cats. Land. So, we're in some trouble here. I mean, if I were to draw a Raise the Past off the top, I would be in less trouble. I don't think I can race them. So there's a part of me that's like, I just kill those cats. Just not really sure. Wait. Get in for 3. I'm going to kill those cats. Playing off the top. Here we are again. Wow. That makes me feel very bad about my choices. I have no idea what this deck is doing. It's just so completely... I have no idea. We're not out of this yet. We're not in a great position. Because they get to demolish something now. And get some Felidar Retreat triggers. Yeah, each creature. Yeah. Yeah, that is expected. Thank you, friend. Take action. I will get a Plains out of my deck. I mean, it's Raise the Pass or bust at this point. They made cats. I think I don't block this time. That's not gonna do it. scrambling for our life, friends. Yep. Okay. Toast! Wow, what is our opponent doing? I have never seen this card. Very cool. Yep. Raise pass. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yep. You got it. All right, friends and opponents, how do we do today? So 4 and 3 on camera. It's no surprise to anybody. This deck is very mid. I don't mean mid-range. I mean very in the middle in terms of power level and effectiveness. It can be very fun, very explosive. Definitely saw some games in there where it felt like we were burying our opponents in value. It's difficult to make the choices correctly in this deck as well. I definitely made some errors there where I took out creatures that probably weren't as much of a threat just because I wanted to clear the board. Didn't turn out to be the right decision at all. Really ought to hold those removal spells for actual threats. So I think this deck may be a believer in enduring innocence. This card is obviously very strong. We've seen play in a lot of other decks. It's very good here because every other creature in the deck triggers it. And I think Raise the Past has legs. It does a real good impression of Rally the Ancestors from yesteryear. So if there is a better mill package that includes only 2 mana value creatures, this card could be very, very good. It just probably needs a little bit more support in that way, and then maybe resolving one Raise the Past just straight up wins the game. So I think that we'll see more of this deck in the future. Hopefully it'll get a little bit more support in the upcoming sets. Right now, I wouldn't draft this if you're looking for something competitive, but it is fairly budget friendly. I mean, my mana base has a fair amount of rare lands in it, but I think you could get away with a couple of less rare value lands in order to make this deck work. But in terms of everything that's below not a land, there's really only 10 rares in the deck, so could be a very budget-friendly option if you're looking for one. So with that, that's everything we have for today. Thanks very much for spending time with us. Please remember to like, subscribe, leave comments down below to help support the channel. Remember, take care of your friends, take care of your family, but most importantly, take care of your head.